This guy in class, his name was Joe. He was like a 90-year-old Texan, you know, the kind of slow but still cocky. Had this four-way stop up on the board. I'm like, all right, Joe, what if this guy gets here and this guy gets here? And this is you, Joe, and what if this guy just jumps out here? And who's got the right-of-way? And Joe said, well, you just go ahead and let him have it. And I said, that's right, Joe, you let him have the right-of-way. And Joe said, no, I mean you let him have it. Sooner or later, every driver has to yield to another vehicle. You don't have to like it, but you're going to have to do it. The law doesn't allow anyone the right-of-way. It only states who must yield. And it's a bigger problem than most people realize. Failure to yield is the second most common citation written in Texas and the second leading cause of auto collisions. You need to understand one very important thing first. If you ever encounter another driver who's ignoring these rules, let him go first. Avoiding a crash is more important than asserting your rights. What kind of defensive driving class would this be if I didn't put a four-way stop up here? Car A and Car B get there at the same time. Who's got the right-of-way? Car B. How come? Because Car B's on the right. All right, let's change it up a little bit. Let's say you're in Car A and Car B gets there at the same time as you. What's the safest thing to do? Car B doesn't have his blinker on. People say, well, they're both going straight. Well, you don't know what Car B is doing. He says he has his blinker on. That doesn't mean anything. In this case, the safest thing to do is give the right-of-way and not take it. All right, so that's in cars. What about roads? Who's got the right-of-way? A gravel road versus a paved road. Paved road's got the right-of-way. A one-lane versus a two-lane. Two lanes got the right-of-way. Four-lane versus an access. Four lanes got the right-of-way. The right-of-way laws in Texas are pretty simple. Bigger, better wins. Now let's talk about vehicles you got to yield to. You got to yield to all emergency vehicles with flashing lights and sirens. School buses, when they got the little flashing light out. You got to yield to pedestrians and cyclists, even if they're breaking the law. And I always give the right-of-way to the vehicle on the road that has the most body damage.